Helpful for life.
As we filmed this course, Kickstart Your Kitchen, there was one big mistake we made. Don't get me wrong, there are a lot of small mistakes sprinkled throughout, but hopefully they weren't too bad. The mistake we made was not using an instant read thermometer. And this is because, historically speaking, I haven't used an instant read thermometer, besides maybe 1 or 2 times. But I've realized that this is just stupid. In all of the research we've done for this course, this was probably the biggest lesson. There's just no better way to determine the doneness of your protein than by using an instant read thermometer. And it's important to use a thermometer for multiple reasons. It allows you to cook a protein that tastes good, that isn't dry, isn't chewy, and has good texture. Most importantly, it allows you to cook food that is repeatable. It allows you to cook food that is good and done correctly every time. It takes out the guesswork. But most importantly, it makes sure the food that you are cooking is safe. And this is especially important if you're cooking for the elderly, the immuno-impaired, pregnant women, or children under 5. To paraphrase what my food scientist friend told me, you're much more likely to get sick from Aunt Susie's potluck dish than you are from a restaurant chain. And by the way, the signs of food sickness may occur as soon as a few hours, but it could take a couple days, and certain ones may take as long as a few weeks. Anyways, I digress. One of the best sources that we found when it came to food thermometers was AmazingRibs.com. This is a website that we discovered as we were doing research for this course, and we just love it. Not only do they quote good, solid, reliable sources, but they do a lot of experiments and things like that themselves. As an example, with food thermometers, they had an electrical engineer test over 150 thermometers. And there's actually a database where you can see all of that information if you're interested in that kind of thing. They have an amazing, get it? Amazing. Anyways, they had an amazing article on food thermometers, and I'm gonna give you a couple of the key points here, but make sure to check out the article for more info. First, as a rule of thumb, don't use bimetal thermometers. Those are the kind of thermometer that you often see on the outside of a grill or as a cheap handheld thermometer. Not only are they notoriously inaccurate, sometimes by as much as 50 or 100 degrees Fahrenheit, but they take long to give you an accurate reading, much longer than a digital thermometer. Second, you can't use your hand or poking as a reliable way to tell the doneness of a protein. We talk about this a little bit more in the beef fajita video. Yum. So check that out for more details. But just know that there are too many factors at hand. I did it again, I'm sorry. You may have also heard, oh, if you can only hold your hand above the pan or the grill for 4 seconds, then you know it's the right temperature. That is complete bull hockey. And that's not even a word, but just don't do that. It's so unreliable, it's not even funny. Third, you can't tell how done something is by the color of its juices or the color of the meat. It's another case of just too many factors. Check out the article if you want to see more details on that one. Finally, you are not going to ruin the juiciness of your protein by probing it. You just won't, so don't worry about it. The bottom line is that you should get a good instant read thermometer to use in your kitchen, like the one we suggest below. It's going to become one of my most used tools, and I suggest it become one of yours as well. Can you cook food without a thermometer? Yes, of course you can, but why risk it? The phrase, after all, is risk it for the biscuit, not for the protein.